Now we hear from yet another credible source, Rich Eisen, who says, and I quote, "The rumor I heard from multiple people at the Combine is..."
Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day.
Do you remember, girl?
Meanwhile, people had heard it before that Troy is gay.
Journalism 101.
Right.
You do not print rumors.
Stop it. Get some help.
And I just got one more thing to say. How about them Cowboys?
What's going on, Cowboy Nation and Angry Cowboy fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan, back with another video on our team, America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. So if you're DC for life, make sure you drop that big thumb on the video and consider subscribing to the channel because it helps out a tremendous amount. On this morning's episode of Undisputed, Skip Bayless and Keyshawn Johnson talk about the cost of getting rid of the second team All-Pro, three-time Pro Bowler, and current QB1 of the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott. This time, Skip once again reports on a rumor he heard instead of figuring out where the rumor came from. That rumor being that the Joneses are going to allow Dak and the rest of the one-year players to play out their contracts and potentially move on from them in the 2025 offseason. All y'all seen at the beginning of my video, Skip's no stranger to reporting rumors, even though that's rule number 1 in journalism. Never report on a rumor. So we're going to get into these 3 clips that I got for y'all, and like we always do over here at the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel, we're going to unpack my raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, let's take a listen.
Your response to Rich Eisen's report.
Well, you know, when you're at the Combine, you hear a lot of noise.
Okay.
And a lot of whispers and a lot of chatter.
So do you think it's all noise?
I think it's just conversations because it didn't come from Jerry. It didn't come from Dak Prescott. It didn't come from Will Clay. It didn't come from Stephen Jones. They simply said...
It could have to Rich.
I mean, everybody's plugged in.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he didn't hear it, but everybody's plugged in.
Yeah.
But Jerry Jones is on record saying, as well as Stephen Jones, they want to get a deal done with Dak Prescott. Okay? I understand the wind swings, it sways different ways. I get it. It blows all sorts of places. I understand that. But it would be a mistake, Skip. A major mistake. Because if you let him play this out at a 59-point-something million cap number, not real cash cap, and he goes on, and nothing suggests that he's going to have a lesser season than he's had over the last several seasons. Nothing suggests that. He's only going to continue to get better. He's not falling off a cliff and getting worse.
Okay, is he going to get better in the postseason since he's 2-5 in the postseason?
If your decision making is just solely based on the postseason, there's many quarterbacks that have played regular season and didn't fare well in the postseason until such due time. You'd have let them go, but they went on to win Super Bowls for those teams that they were on. Eventually, it happened.
From my honest opinion, this is the noise from the Combine. Skip Bayless said that Rich Eisen could have heard it from Jerry Jones. Skip, if Rich Eisen would have heard it from Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, or anybody involved in the Dallas Cowboy organization, don't you think that he would have reported it as coming from the Joneses and not just a rumor? Come on, Skip. Use some common sense if you have any. Now we're about to listen to my second clip. In this clip, Keyshawn Johnson tries to tell Skip and the Dallas Cowboy haters that Dak Prescott is among the top 5 quarterbacks and he deserves his money. Let's go ahead and take a listen to that clip, Angry Cowboys fans.
I can't say whether or not he's going to fail in the postseason or success in the postseason. I can say that I know for sure he's one of the top 6 quarterbacks in the National Football League. I don't care how you rank it. It ain't going ahead of Patrick Mahomes. But I don't care if you want to put him at 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to take some Justin Herbert before him, whatever the case is, the man deserves his money. He's going to take you to the cleaners next offseason if you don't do it now, or he's going to walk. And then you're going to be sitting there going, we just let our quarterback that we drafted develop for somebody else? You develop a quarterback or any position that you let walk out the door for somebody else to benefit on that? Trey Lance is on your team. So you're going to pay Trey Lance $24 million? You're going to give him $24 million to see what he is? Okay, you're going to pick up that option and give him $24 million?
Well,
Justin
Shanahan's loved him once upon a time.
You keep saying that like the Shanahan's did something.
They gave 3 first-rounders
and they made a mistake.
And
they made a mistake.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they made a mistake and said, well, so why would they move on?
Or did they just get the all-time break to draft Brock Purdy with the last pick?
They had no idea Brock Purdy would take them to the Super Bowl. Stop, Skip.
Skip always talks as if Kyle Shanahan knew that Brock Purdy was going to be the answer for the San Francisco 49ers. He talks as if Trey Lance was the answer over in Santa Clara, even though Kyle Shanahan got rid of him for a 4th-round draft pick. Skip talks about Shanahan as if he's this great offensive mind, but won't understand the fact that Kyle Shanahan got rid of Trey Lance for a reason. Honestly, Skip sounds just like these Cowboys fans that want to see Dak hit the road. He could say Dak isn't it, but have zero resolution to the problem or name these quarterbacks that are vastly inferior to the quarterback that we already have. It makes absolutely zero sense to me or anybody with football knowledge. Let's go ahead and move on to the 3rd clip. In this clip, it seems as if Skip has not learned a damn thing when it came to losing Shannon Sharpe to ESPN, because he starts putting down Keyshawn Johnson by saying he didn't make it anywhere with the Dallas Cowboys. So let's take a listen to that, and then we're going to come back and unpack my Raw and Uncut.
And I don't know, you were a Cowboy for 2 years, so you didn't taste what I tasted all those years before you.
It doesn't matter if I was a Cowboy for 50 years.
Okay.
I'm talking about the reality.
So
Skip.
in 2004,
you're living in the past.
You were on a team that went 6-10. I'm not saying it was your fault, but it was 6-10.
Yeah, we
then
were
in
not
2005, you were 9-7, and you didn't make the playoffs. So you haven't even tasted a Dallas Cowboy playoff game.
They haven't tasted it in how long? A championship, 30 years.
That's the problem.
You're living in the past with this, Skip.
Okay, I should be living in the present with this, because it happened for 30 long years. The Cowboys were, you could argue, the dominant team in pro football, because Roger Staubach in the postseason went 11-6, and Troy Aikman in the postseason went 11-4. And now we're stuck with a Dak Prescott that we stole in the 4th round. And he can be pretty good in the regular season. He's 2-5 in the postseason.
Yes, he's 2-5 in the postseason.
Skip Bayless said that Keyshawn Johnson didn't taste any success as a Dallas Cowboy. Skip, you didn't taste any success as a player in the NFL. How can you talk? You didn't taste anything as an NBA player. How can you talk? Water Pistol Pete Jr. Why does Skip try to degrade or talk down to the co-host that he has on his show? Didn't he learn anything from doing the same thing to Shannon Sharpe? Because of his reckless mouth, his show now suffers in the ratings, and there's rumors around the media that FS1 may just move off from him and not renegotiate his contract when the time comes. Y'all ready for my Raw and Uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Like I always do, Cowboys Nation, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I can't stand Skip Bayless. I can't stand the way he treats his co-host. I can't stand the way he treats his moderators. Shout outs to Jenny Taft. I can't stand the way he treats the team. Whenever the Dallas Cowboys are winning, he sits up there and bangs the table talking about, how about them Cowboys? But when we're losing, he's throwing his jerseys away in the trash like an entitled child. I honestly can tolerate Stephen A. Smith more than I can Skip Bayless, because at least Stephen A. doesn't masquerade as a Dallas Cowboy fan like Skip Bayless does. He uses the organization as a stepping stone to get where he is. You can tell that because he can't not talk about the Dallas Cowboys, because his ratings would drop even lower than where they are now. The ones in Cowboys Nation who want to see Dak Prescott gone, they don't realize that if it wasn't for Tony Romo getting hurt and Dak balling out when given the opportunity, how much longer would Jerry Jones have held on to Tony Romo? He already played for the Dallas Cowboys for 14 consecutive seasons, and some of Cowboys Nation wanted him to come back after his injury. The same people talk about Dak Prescott being 2-5 in the postseason, but failed to mention Tony Romo's postseason record. He only won 2 games in the postseason as well. Do the math. Dak and the Cowboys have been to the playoffs 7 times during his tenure here. That's almost a guaranteed playoff appearance if you stick with Dak Prescott. If you don't believe in his attributes, get him a damn run game. That way you could take some of the pressure off him. It is nonsensical to put the team's success solely on your QB1 when everyone who has played the game is telling you to stick with him. I'm more apt to listen to people who have actually played football and not those who just watch. If y'all remember, Cowboys Nation, Romo took over for Drew Bledsoe during the 2006 season. 3 years after being with the team undrafted. That was the year of the infamous place-holding fumble against the Seattle Seahawks. The Cowboys were bounced out in the wild card round. 2007, bounced out in the divisional round. 2008, we didn't even make the playoffs. 2009, bounced in the divisional round. 2010, we went 6-10, but that was due to Romo's collarbone injury. 2011, didn't make the playoffs. 2012, didn't make the playoffs. 2013, didn't make the playoffs. 2014, we got bounced in the divisional round. 2015, we didn't make the playoffs, but that was due to Tony Romo's clavicle injury. 2016 was the year that Dak Prescott took over, and he led the team to the playoffs, but we got bounced in the divisional round. I say all that to say this. During all those missed playoff appearances and injuries, Jerry Jones did not hesitate in giving Tony Romo his contract. Why has he been so hesitant on paying Dak? This isn't the first year that Jerry's been reluctant on paying Dak Prescott either. Like I said in my previous videos, Dak got franchise tagged twice. Was Tony Romo ever franchise tagged? Not to my recollection. Cowboys Nation, this decision is a no-brainer. If you look at Dak Prescott's individual stats, you will see he is among the top in the quarterback position. Last year, he played the position at a high level. Instead of walking away from a quarterback who has helped get your team to the playoffs, how about you just get him the pieces that he needs in order to succeed? How about the Joneses actually make moves that matter and not make moves for roster depth? Everyone in Cowboys Nation sees how frugal the Joneses have been. Y'all saw what we were missing on both sides of the ball. It's not like Dak had everything around him and he just screwed the pooch against the Green Bay Packers. There is a multitude of things that go into a game plan, not just the quarterback play. This has been your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan. What did you feel about what Skip Fakeless had to say? What did you feel about what Keyshawn Johnson had to say? Do you agree or disagree? Let's have that conversation in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're digging the content in this video, please, by all means, drop a like on the video. If you're not new to the channel, drop a like on the video because it helps us with the algorithms to get this content out to even more Dallas Cowboy fans. You can join the ACF family by hitting that subscribe button because it helps the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel out a whole lot. You can also follow the Angry Cowboys Fan on Facebook, TikTok, X, and Instagram. I will have the links to those in the description. Cowboys Nation, if you're not bringing any bricks to help build, why come to the job site anyway? We are pro Dak here. Hashtag I back Dak. This has been your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out.